My name is Pete Murray. I'm an associate producer working on XCOM Enemy Unknown. I'm from Firaxis Games. So what we've shown today is we've had an opportunity to show off some of the late game stuff, some of your soldiers with advanced armor and weapons and psychic powers. We've also had a chance for our crew to get their hands on the game and actually see what it's like to start out in a new game of XCOM. So at the beginning of the game, there's this controlled experience you go through. It's designed to do two things. If you're a veteran of XCOM, we want you to know what's different about our XCOM that wasn't there in the previous game. And if you're a complete novice to strategy games, it'll teach you about what's key to the game. What do you need in order to achieve success on the battlefield? What do you need to know back at the base? How do you research science and technology and build new stuff? And all of that is contained in this experience. So the first mission you go on in XCOM is to respond to this report of this unexplained events occurring in Germany. And Germany has dispatched some of their soldiers to see what's going on the ground. And when you arrive on the scene, their helicopter is crashed. There's all sorts of destruction around there. You go into this building where you can hear a survivor talking on the radio. He's calling for help. And you get there onto the scene, he's standing off by himself. And as you approach, suddenly you see he's actually being controlled by this mysterious creature that you can't quite see. And then the mind-controlled soldier attacks your soldiers. And then other aliens burst out of the darkness and chaos ensues, and at the end of the day, you only have one surviving squad member, and he returns to base. So loss is a huge part of XCOM. It's always been a key part of the game, and having serious consequences is sort of what makes XCOM XCOM. If you lose a soldier on the battlefield, that soldier's dead permanently. You don't get them back, so you got to train a new rookie up maybe to fill that spot on the battlefield. If you ignore a country and you let the panic level rise too high in that country, that will pull out of the funding council for XCOM, and then you won't have the resources of that country to help you fight the invasion anymore. You don't want to lose too much because you'll get in a situation where you can't respond to the threats around the world. You're losing countries, you're losing resources, you're dealing with worse and worse rookies as time goes on, and XCOM is a game you can lose, and that's kind of what sets it apart from a lot of other games out there. It really sucks to lose veteran soldiers, especially near end game, because at that point you're fighting aliens that are really, really dangerous, really, really powerful. Your rookies, you can augment them with better weapons and better armor, but they don't have the mental fortitude in a lot of cases to deal with what they're dealing with. And sometimes technology just isn't enough. You need that experience to get you over the edge. So you end up guarding your soldiers and really asking yourself, if I make this move, is this going to result in me losing somebody who's a key part of my operation? In the demo we showed today, some of the soldiers we showed were rookies trying to respond to a terror mission. They were wounded, they were low on ammo. They tried to take a turn to regroup, and bad things happened. You got chrysalids coming out of nowhere and eating faces and turning soldiers into zombies, and zombies turning into chrysalids, and all sorts of really, really bad things. So we send in our veterans, we send in our best soldiers. We've got a sniper who's got the Archangel armor that lets them fly. He's got an ability called In the Zone. He can actually take 2 shots on the turn in some special occasions. And we've got an assault soldier. She's got the ghost armor, which lets her turn invisible and still grapple up to the tops of buildings and things like that. But our best weapon of all was Sid Meier himself, our psionically powerful soldier who can come down and mind control powerful enemies and make them eat their own grenades. And Sid in real life actually does not directly mind control people and make them eat grenades. He's a much more personable person. We're releasing later this year on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC.